There's a lot of moves that I learned, touching on it again, backing up.
Right, see, I learned that you block back up.
Okay, there is one time that Jimmy showed us to step back, and it really wasn't stepping back. Okay, that's done with a down windmill block. Okay, one time that he taught us to step back. The rest of the time it was to step in. Okay, now when you down windmill block, because it takes such a long time, you have to reach up and reach down. Right? It takes double the amount of time down windmill blocking. Okay, so in order to give you the time, what you're doing is not stepping back, right? Because if I stepped back, okay, but stepping back around. Okay, now watch where the punch goes when I step back around. Right? It goes past me. Right? Remember, we're down windmilling. Okay. Now this is the down windmill, right? Right? We're doing this, right? Right? Okay? Right? And you're down windmilling it past you. Okay? So what you're doing is you're stepping around. What happens? Right? If I step back, what happens? Right? It doesn't clear. Okay? The same thing happens here is with the cross block when you stand square. Okay? Block real slow. Right? See? He has to push it, right? He has to push it somewhere. Right? It happens to be he pushed it to his groin. Okay, he turned his shoulders, right? You've been listening. What do they usually do? Their shoulders are square, and they do this. Okay? And because it's not going to clear, right, what do they start doing? They start doing this. They start pushing it away from you. Right. Okay? Not a good reaction. But the one time is here.
You just remember one time? Because I got so many moves.
He shows this. Okay. Moves like that, where you step back.
What about the one the guy's holding?
But he doesn't. He doesn't step back. He doesn't step back. He steps down.
He steps down.
Bill Vigil showed him step back.
Yeah, he didn't see it right.
Also, during the knife hand, you gotta throw just don't throw your arm, you gotta throw your fork. To me, it's kind of difficult doing a knife hand when you're really close, when you're in close quarters.
Well, I like to use my knife hand differently than you normally see. You hit with this, and this is very fragile, right? Maybe I should cover that as part of the blocking too. This is very fragile, so I don't like to use this for the knife hand. I'd rather use this. Okay? Now,
Down here?
yeah. Right hand punch. Stop. Okay. Here's him. Okay. Up windmill blocks. When the guy throws with the right hand and you're up windmilling with the right hand, well, what do you do most of the time? Ah! Ah! Right? It hurts. Okay? Now, I like to block with this part of the hand as much as possible. This is what I try to block with, this part of the hand.
It's on the inside.
Pardon?
On the inside, not on the outside.
Yeah, on the inside, on the padded part, where the skin's nice and tough, right? Okay? How do you do that? Right? Right?
Shoulder.
Right? You feel it bone to bone? No, bone to bone, right? I'm hitting you here.
Stronger block.
Right? And I'm doing that just with the shoulder rotation. Cross block. Right? Same thing, right? 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 Okay. Shoulder comes forward. Those are some of the things that the way I like to use them. Actually, when you watch Jimmy, This is the way that he used to react. He didn't necessarily verbalize or voice these things in this manner. But if you ever get a chance to really see some action footage of him, there's not much available, right? But there is some action footage of him where he's demonstrating it, demonstrations. And you watch him very closely and the way he uses himself, this type of things, during the action shots, and the way he uses himself for showing the lesson are actually two different things. Because he'll show you a lesson because he's showing you the sequence or the combination. But when he demonstrates to you, he actually shows you how to use it properly.
I can hear Gatewood going blasphemy.
All the different schools and instructors out there, do you think those styles have changed much from when Jimmy originally taught it? That each school has its own spin on it?
Without a doubt. And it's getting worse and worse.
Like
without
Crest
a doubt.
Line seminar, that was just Bill Laster. I felt like it was a different art going up there working.
90% of all the strikes and stuff would be coming off of a Pingaima.
Yeah.
That or going in,
And
either
you agree
way.
as well that you don't have to work out fast in order to be proficient in this art. You know, some schools like pounding fast.
Okay.
Like faster.
The way I like you to practice so that you can learn the proper timing and coordination, right, is to work out slow without stopping. Okay. What do most people do, right? Right? And that really took quite a bit of time because I had to jump out of the way, block, and then punch, right? Right? Combinations.
You'd rather
Right?
us be more fluid.
So you use the
noodle.
combinations, not emphasizing any speed or power, but fluidity, right?
Like a noodle.
Right, okay? Without stopping. Okay? An example of that is, what do you see white belts do? And this is no dig on white belts. I mean, I was a white belt. Right? Okay? Well, it takes a long time to do that. Okay? But if you could do the same thing, right? Right? How does he block or how does he counter any of those moves? Okay? By practicing that way, by not stopping, right? You're training yourself to do what? Think faster.
Without having to move faster.
Pardon?
Without having to move faster.
Well, you move faster when you think faster because you're controlled by this, right? So in other words, the overall sequence, the overall combination is done in less time because you didn't have to stop.
No hesitation.
Right. You didn't have to think about what you were going to do next. Right? So I see that and I keep hollering, "Don't stop!" And everybody does it. But that really trains you to think faster. Right? Because what is the white belt doing? Left hand, hammer to the nose, right? He's thinking about, right? If you develop a combination where you wouldn't have to think and you just followed through and you did the sequence automatically, okay, it would be accomplished a lot faster.
When you practice, if you realize that you just hit him with this hand and you should have been hitting him with that hand, then you want to just keep going even though you know you did it
Don't
wrong?
stop.
Make a mistake.
Follow
Keep
through.
going.
It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? The opponent probably doesn't realize it unless you stop, right? He doesn't know whether you're supposed to hit him with the left hand or whether you're supposed to hit him with the right hand. Okay? But if you do, he knows right away you did something that or you didn't do something that you were supposed to do, right? But even if you did make a mistake and saying, right, I missed the block, but you just can continue on with it, and it doesn't make any difference to him, right? Don't stop.